so random chats that I want to talk about. That's just kind of been on my mind. So, what do we think of when we hear the word time? Okay, so nothing in life has a specific timeline, and I think that we like to put time limits on everything, like at this age this has to happen in my life, or by this time in my life I should be in this place, or blah blah blah, and stuff like that, or whatever. You know, it's kind of crazy because if you think about it, time is man-made. We do not create time. You know, we want to have control over everything. We are human beings and we just want that power, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want power over everything in this life. Time's man-made, okay? God is in control of when things will happen. We are in control, though, of what can happen. Not what will, what can. You know, we are given free will. Nothing is predetermined in this life. We think that everything is just like set in stone. Like, you have the power to change every single day. You have the power to have the best life possible and to live on purpose. Like, we have that ability to do so. So it's like, why are we in such like a rush, man, to like, you know, we give ourselves our own stress, our own anxiety, just because we think that things have to be a certain way. Nothing has to be a certain way. There is no, you know, whatever. Like, I used to tell myself, oh, by this age, I'm gonna be married. I'm gonna have my full-time career. I'm gonna have kids. I'm blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it does not work like that. And that's why I'm always just so positive and happy, because like, I know that when things are meant to happen in my life, they will, on God's timeline. Not on my timeline, not on the world's timeline, on God's timeline, what is meant for me and when things are meant for me. And that's just part of self-love. Like, I love myself and trust myself enough that I have a purpose. I'm gonna get to where I need to be, and I know God's gonna take care of me as long as I just work hard on purpose every single day. You know, I have that end vision. I know where I wanna be. I know where I wanna go. It's about the minor little details that it takes to get there. Sometimes we forget about those little details, and those little details happen in our daily lives every single day. If you know if you know what your purpose is, dude, why the hell are you not working for it? Like, if you're not happy where you are, who the hell is gonna tell you to stay there, or to stay somewhere you don't belong, stay with someone you don't belong with, stay at a job that you absolutely hate? Like, why? Life is too short. You know, tomorrow isn't always promised, but you know what? Most of the time, tomorrow does come, and you're gonna waste it again if you don't have that set of your purpose and where you're going, what you're doing. So I just wanted to talk about this because that is something I've really learned about. I struggle with anxiety, and one of the things that has helped me is knowing that there's no timeline in this life. There is no set date, set goal, set anything. We do not control when things are gonna happen, but we can control how we react to the things that are gonna happen, good and bad, okay? There, you know, we're gonna have good things and things are gonna go awesome, but sometimes when the shit hits, that's when we go down the drain. We don't know what to do. We think everything falls apart. We create our own drama, okay? Some things are pretty bad in life. You know, you do go through things that absolutely suck. You know, every person's got a story, though. You gotta remember that. Everything bad that you go through, someone else has went through something similar, okay? We all have gone through different things, but there's also people that have went through similar things, and everyone can get through it. But the thing is, not everyone does. No, I said everyone can, not everyone will, because you gotta be strong. You gotta turn to God. You gotta know that things are gonna work out better if you fight through it. Bad things always lead to something beautiful, every single time, but we don't always get it because we just don't choose to go after it that way. So again, the moral of this thing is like, that's what made me be unbroken. You know, I used to be so broken and just miserable, and everything that bad that happened to me, I fell apart. I was just all these broken pieces on the ground. The reason I took all those broken pieces and created the person I am now is because I realized things are gonna happen when they need to be. I do not have to stress over my life. I do not have to force things. If you're trying to force something in your life, chances are it shouldn't be there in the first place. There's a difference between working hard for something and forcing something. There's absolutely a huge difference between the two of those things. Know the difference. Know your worth. Know to turn to God. Know to trust God. I start every morning praying to God, setting the tone for the day. You know, I'm working on little details. I've really had a vision the last couple years about where I want my life to go, but I gotta tell you, the last couple weeks, and especially this past week, it's blown up on me. A lot of doors have been opening. I'll be honest, after going to the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, my vision became crystal clear to me. But I know where I wanna go. I know where I wanna be. So I'm working every day, giving every day my full attention to make it a reality. And the things that come along the way will on their own time. I don't have control of that. Is my dream gonna become true? You know it is, because I believe it's gonna come true. That's why I'm gonna work to make sure that it comes true. I'm not just gonna wish for it, I'm gonna pray for it, I'm gonna work for it. When the doors are gonna open though, I don't have control over that. But I'm just gonna make sure that they do. That's how you live your life. You make sure that what you want, whatever your purpose is, you know, the whole meaning of life is to find your purpose, okay? But once you find your purpose, that's when you give it as a gift to the world, okay? So if you know what your purpose is, you go out and you get it, period. There is nothing else I gotta say for that. And I know this came out very strong, but I have a lot of emotion and stuff like this because I truly believe that. I have such a passion in my life, and I know exactly where I want to be. And in the past, I used to let people take that away from me. Anything someone said about it, I'd say, I take it to heart. Nobody dictates your life, dude. Nobody in this world dictates your life. I don't care what you went through. That's an excuse, okay? Literally, like, I don't care if you went through the worst thing possible. You can become the best person imaginable if you use that to your advantage. If anything, you come out bigger than anyone else. The worst thing you go through, the better you're gonna come out. Works like that. But number one point of this is there is no timeline for anything. There is no timeline. Society can screw itself because there absolutely is no timeline. God is your timeline, and he's going to provide for you when he thinks you're ready, and when he thinks the time is right, you're going to get exactly what you need to. But in the meantime, you work your ass off to make sure that, you know, your hands are clean for what's going to be put in them. So I hope this helped you guys. I know this was kind of me rambling, but really take into account what I'm saying. All right, I love y'all. Bye. So I always have my turkey sausage just because I like it. So I usually have like 2, but I'm only gonna have 1. So in one of these, there's 4 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs. So that's only 4 grams of fat. I'm gonna do 2 whole eggs also. And then I'm also gonna, I always add egg whites to my whole eggs just because more protein. Again, I've tracked for years, I know how much protein I need, so any option I get to up my protein, I do so. So again, adding the egg whites to the eggs is just gonna up my protein intake. And then I'm also going to do toast. So I have this right here. This is similar to Ezekiel bread. I don't do real bread personally, guys. I do only Ezekiel bread or whole grain like this. So, in this bread right here, 1 slice has 22 grams of carbs, 1.5 grams of fat. So 2 slices is gonna take me up to 44 grams of carbs, which is pretty good. That's gonna be my breakfast for the day. And then on top of that, I mix, I've talked about this a lot. This is like my go-to thing I always do. I mix Greek yogurt with PB2, or powdered peanut butter, whatever, and that just makes like a whip, and it's high in protein, but it's super low in carbs and fat. Like, in 2 tablespoons of this powdered peanut butter is 3 grams of carbs and 1 gram of fat. That's like nothing. So I mix that with that, put that on my toast, and then I'm also just gonna put peppers in my eggs, and then I top my eggs with salsa, and that is it. You know, it always varies when you're cutting, maintaining, bulking. Like, your portions are gonna vary, what you're eating varies, but like I said, right now I'm just kind of eating, and my body's used to like how much I'm eating, so I'm in a pretty good place. All right, let's make this. Alright, y'all, this is it. So I have salsa on my eggs. 2 whole eggs with egg whites, 1 turkey sausage patty thingy, and then I put a little bit of honey too on my toast. But yeah, this whole thing. And I'm gonna eat all of it. Yes.